Hello, welcome to another lesson. In this lesson, we'll be learning about CSRF, which means cross-site request forgery. CSRF is when an attacker tricks a victim's browser into unwanted requests to a website where the victim is authenticated. And here is how it happens. The victim is logged in. The attacker then crafts a malicious request. The victim's browser sends this request with their session cookie, and the action is performed as if the victim did it themselves. This is dangerous because attackers can change passwords, transfer money, delete accounts, post content, and perform any action the victim is authorized to do. Now, let's get right into it. The first thing you're going to do is to open your browser and load your DVWA. And after that, you're going to come down here to select the low level security. Then you're going to click on submit. After that, you can come back here and then click on CSRF. I'm saying this because my password is saved in my browser, so I can delete this. Now you can see two input fields. You can see new password and confirm new password. Definitely we can use this to change our password. So I had changed my password before now, but if I want to change it again, I can just type password, and you can see password change. So this is how it works normally. But I want you to see something. After I had changed the password, if you come to the URL here, you are going to see that this is using a get request, because this is what a get request looks like. And the new password is password. Also, password confirmation is password, which means that the password I changed here is reflecting in the URL. And now I can see how the password change is being handled. And if you look at it very well, you see that there is nothing like CSRF token here. Also, you can come to the view source code here, and you are not going to see anything like CSRF token. So now that we have an insight that there's a vulnerability here, we can decide to create a malicious file that can trick a victim into changing their password unknowingly. So let's do that. The first script we are going to write is going to look like this. So this is just a normal HTML code. And here you can see that I'm having an heading saying, congratulations, you won $1,000. And I'm asking them to click the button below to claim their prize. Then after that, I'm attaching a link to this. And if you look at this link, you'll see that from here to here, it is the same as this. If you look at it here, so it is the same as this. And here you can see password new and confirm password. The same way it looks here, or it is working here, that is how I've structured it here too. So you can see password new, then I'm changing it to act123, and password confirm, then I'm changing it to act123. So what this is going to do is that it's going to show this to the user and ask them to click on this particular button, because there's a button here and the button is given a green color. So they are going to see a text like claim price now on it. So let's see how that looks. For us to see that, we need to come here, open our terminal emulator, then try to create a file. So I can type nano, then csrf underscore attack.html. Then I can come here and then paste where I've copied. Then I use Ctrl O, enter Ctrl X. So the next thing I want to do is to move the file into the directory that would allow us load the file from the browser, just like a URL. So for me to do that, I can type in this. I will use cp, which is the copy command. So I'm copying this file into this particular directory. And if you know HTML directory very well, you know that it is the directory that works with our local host. So when I'm using localhost and I'm adding the name of the file to it, then it will load whatever I've hosted there, most especially if it is in .html or .php format. After I've copied the file, then I can try to load the file to see what happens. So if I want to load the file, I'll come here. I can create a new tab, then type this in. And the moment I try to load that, you can see that I'm seeing a new page, which is congratulations, you won $1,000. Click the button below to claim your prize. Let's assume I'm the victim and I'm clicking this. You can see that immediately it has changed my password. And if you check what we did, you see that we are changing the password to act123 and act123 as the confirmed password. So this means automatically we have been able to change the password to act123. So if I should log out now and try to log in again with my original password, you see that I cannot log in. But if I should change it to act123, then you can see that I am able to log in now. So that is how it works. Now let's make the attack even more sneaky. And to do that, we can hide the attack completely using an invisible image tag. Here is how to do that. We are going to first create a new file by coming to our terminal emulator. So here you can type nano CSRF, then you can use underscore stealth.html and you hit enter. And this is the code that we want to use. So you can see that here we are using an image, and for the source you can see that it is containing the URL that we want to use to change the password. And here I'm changing the new password to pond456 and this pond4562 as the confirmed password. So I can copy this, then paste it inside the file I just created, and then I will save this. And after I had done that, I need to copy it to the HTML directory again. Then I'll hit enter. And after I've done that, then I can load the file. To load the file, I just need to come here, then I can paste it here and try to load it. And now I'm seeing watch these hilarious cats loading videos. If the videos don't load, refresh the page. So you are just seeing a page about cat videos. Nothing happens visibly, but in the background, your browser just made a request to change the password. So what you can do is to go back to DVWA and try to verify. So you can come back here, then try to click on logout and try to log in again. You can see that it's not working. So if we tried hacked 123 we used earlier, you can see that that too is not working. But if we should try pond456, you will see that this worked now. So that means that we're able to change the password without visibly showing that we changed it. It just happened in the background while we are just showing a random cat page. Now that we've done this, we can try to make the attack more sophisticated using automatic form submission. And to do that, we can come here and create a new file. We can name this nano CSRF auto.html and we hit enter. And this is what the code would look like. Here you can see that the title is just loading, and here you are creating an heading saying please wait, redirecting. And now I'm using a JavaScript here to change the password. So what is happening is that I'll be redirecting the victim to this URL. And inside the URL, you can see that I'm changing the password to auto789 and confirm password to auto789. So I can go back to the file I just created. So I'll copy this, then come here, paste it, then save. And after that, we are going to copy the file into the HTML directory, then try to hit enter. And after that, we can load the file from our browser. So you can come here and then paste the URL. So that will be localhost /csrf underscore auto.html. And you can load it now. And you can see that immediately it changed the password. It's loaded the page immediately, then redirect us back to our DVWA. And now we can see password changed, which means that our password is now auto789. So if we come here, we will logged out and then we try to log in again, you can see that if we type auto789, then that is when we'll be able to log in. Definitely our password has been changed. And don't forget that the form was submitted automatically using JavaScript. So this is how it worked here. You can see that here we are using the window method to load this URL, which is just our normal typical URL that we copied from DVWA earlier when we realized that the password change process is using a get method. So that's all for the demo. How can we now fix this? We can fix this vulnerability by implementing CSRF token. And this is what the code looks like here. You can see it here. So if you look at this code, you are going to see that the code is generating a random CSRF token. Then it is storing it in the session and also include it in the form as a hidden field. Then after that, it's going to verify the token on submission. And if the token does not match, then the request is going to be rejected. So you are going to see something like invalid CSRF token. The lesson here is that never use get request for actions that change states, which means that you should always use post method for password changes, money transfers, account deletions, and any other requests that change states. You should also implement CSRF tokens for all state changing firms, generate unique tokens per session or per form. You should also verify tokens on the server side before processing requests. And these are necessary because CSRF can trick users into changing their passwords, transferring money, deleting accounts, posting content, and the users won't even know that they are being attacked. So as we wrap up, I have a challenge question for you, and that is, explain how CSRF attacks work and why they are dangerous. Another question is, how do you think CSRF tokens prevent these attacks? I would like to get answers to these questions in the comment section, and I will be personally in the comments reading what you've written. So I can't wait to see your amazing answers. That's all for this lesson. If you're ready to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please do that now. Also, do not forget to like, share, and comment. Thank you so much, and see you in the next lesson.